Hello, I'm Mr. Clix, and this is Mr. Clix Flix. In today's video, we're going to review the two figures from the Blizkireg U.S.A. scenario pack that's associated with the Fear Itself 6-month event that's currently going on. Each figure is going to get one rating, 1 to 5 stars for 300 point constructed, since you're not going to be able to get these guys for sealed. So let's go ahead and get started. The first up I have is number 200 is Scotty. It's the worthy version of Sin. She has two different point values, 200 points and 150 points. She starts off at 200 points with a trait, 10 movement with Flurry, 12 attack with Quake, 18 defense with Impervious, and she also has Indomitability, and 4 damage. So she's really got a nice looking top dial. Her trait is called Scotty's Hammer. It says Scotty can use charge and exploit weakness, and it also says when she's KO'd, you place a hammer in a square adjacent, and friendly characters increase their roll pick it up by +2 this game. So that's pretty good. And traded charge with exploit just makes her that much better. She's really, really good. Her combat values stay pretty consistent. She does dip down towards the end, like most figures do. She mostly has 10 and 11 attacks though, and with that constant charge and exploit weakness, she's just fantastic. She has a revert click, like all the worthy figures. First place she gets it on is on click number 4. But she's really good. Her last 2 clicks have regen. Her last click has 8 movement with nothing on it, 9 attack with nothing on it, 16 defense with regen, and 3 damage with nothing on it. But we know that she has charge and exploit weakness. For 200 points for constructed, I like her, but I don't love her. I'll rate her 3 out of 5. You could build a team for her. Throw a utility belt on her, give her a little bit of support, or an infinity gauntlet to keep her from getting outwitted. So that's 40 points right there. So maybe, it could be done, but I'm not completely happy with her. That exploit weakness to me is what really makes her great, and the charge Flurry. So you're going to be able to hit somebody for maybe 8 damage with Flurry and exploit. So that's pretty good. But you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, we're going to rate her 2 out of 5 stars for constructed at 200 points. That's a lot of points to tie up in somebody that you need to put the gauntlet on them. Now, there is an error on her dial. There is no yellow line to tell you where her 150 point dial starts. It starts on click 3, I believe. And I really like this click. This is the one that I was thinking of earlier whenever I gave her a higher rating. She starts off with a 10 movement with Flurry, 11 attack with Poison, 18 defense with Invulnerability. She still has Indomitability, 3 damage, and she still has her trait. I like this dial more than the 200 point dial. Most of the time I'd like lower point dials better, just because you're only giving up 2 clicks and you're only chopping off 50 points. This is the one that I like better. You throw the infinity gauntlet on her, all of a sudden she has super senses, she has steel energy, everybody gets better with the infinity gauntlet, but she gets really good, and especially with Flurry, so she's going to be able to heal 2 clicks. Is this really good with 6 damage exploit, and that still leaves you with 110 points worth of support. To have somebody out there with some perplex or outwit, or heck, 100 point Dark Phoenix to TK her out there, and then Pulse Wave and whatnot. So I like her at 150 points. I would rate her at 3 out of 5 stars. You could build somebody with her. There are slightly better places to go, but I really think she's being underrated right now. I think she's good. If it wasn't for team bases, I think you would see her get played a lot more. She has a high defense and just really good stats. So that's Scotty. And then the next figure is actually the one that I like better out of the two figures in the Blizkireg U.S.A. pack, is Captain America. Now this is Bucky posing as Captain America. It's number 201. He's 88 points. Starts off with a 9 movement with charge, 11 attack with super strength, 17 defense with invulnerability, 3 damage with leadership, 6 range with 1 target, and a trait. So for 88 points, that top click alone is almost worth it. His trait is called Death of a Hero. It says when Captain America is KO'd, choose a friendly character 100 points or less. That character modifies its speed and attack value by +1. If the character is named Captain America or Steve Rogers, modify all of its combat values by +1 instead. So if you send him out there and he gets thrashed right away, pick somebody else on your team, all of a sudden they have like a 11 or 12 attack and 4 or 5 damage for under 100 points is great. And then if you run them with another Captain America, like, let's say the super cheap one from 10th anniversary, he's just going to be really great. He does get a special on his attack, which starts on click 2, and it's called Inspirational Defender, and it says friendly adjacent characters modify their defensive value by +1 if not already modified by this effect. If they are less points than Captain America, they may be within 3 squares instead of adjacent. So +1 modifier for defense is always a good thing. I've never seen it be a bad thing, you know. And if you put him with 75-point Doctor Strange from the Galactic Guardians Gravity Feed, now all of a sudden you're talking about everybody that's next to Doctor Strange and within 3 squares of him, if they're below 100 points, get +3 to your defense at range. Yes, please. And then you still have a lot of points left over for a heavy hitter. And he does get a special on his damage, and the first place I see it is on click 3, and it's called Save the Civilians. It says Captain America can use support. When he uses it targeting a character of less points, that character's defensive value becomes 0 for the action. So he gets an automatic support roll, which is really good. He's a really great team player, and at 88 points, he's less than a third of your build, so you still have plenty of points for a heavier hitter or another support piece. I would put him in more of the secondary attacker / support role, so you have enough space for a true support figure and a true heavy hitter. This guy's just a really well-rounded figure, in my opinion. He never gets more than 3 damage. Dips down to a 2 on his last 3 clicks, but on his last 2 clicks he has close combat expert, so he ends up being 7 clicks long. Just really a really solid figure. I was really impressed with this whenever I got him out and looked at him. I like him way better than Scotty. I would rate him for constructed 4 out of 5 stars. You have to think about him whenever you think about building a team. He has the Avengers keyword, so he's going to be able to be themed for a lot of different teams. Figure you put him with Morgan Le Fay, who can perplex him up by +2. You know, he's really, really a great figure. 4 out of 5 stars for him. Alright, and that's all I have for this video. Be sure to check back. I'm going to try to do a video where we discuss the Book of the Skulls and how that works. I don't have all the hammers yet. I just have 3 hammers, but we'll see what we can do. Until then, keep off those KO clicks.